And push the right button. So I just watched a documentary about AI and warfare. So the killer robots, kind of from 21, 22 or something, American documentary about how the American military is kind of AIing up their war, and how different systems getting kind of built and created to go into warfare. So, for example, 20 years ago it was unthinkable that a computer could beat Kasparov in chess, or this game board, this Asian one, I don't know the name of it. And then there were kind of people trying to develop an AI to create drugs helping diseases. And there was an algorithm in from 0 to 1, where the 0 is 1, just like to save humans, and it's just one number to change to kill humans into a 1. So, and then they asked this AI thing to build up a simulation or kind of a list of toxic chemicals and how to use them to kill people. And I don't know when that was, 3 years ago. And I mean, this has been evolving quite crazy. So my reflections on that is, I mean, one more thing about the military. They said just like, okay, so where and when and how will AI be ethical when it comes to making autonomous decision to kill? And even though there is this UN kind of thing about developing biological weapons between Russia and America, I don't know, in the 70s or in the 60s, I can't really tell. But Russia or China, they just say, no, we don't sign that. So what will the American and other superpowers do? They just develop their own AI and autonomous systems in a way. So there is another development that I haven't been aware of, what is pretty scary. So where will that end? Where will that go? And, you know, it develops fast. And so just imagine in 2000, what is just 25 years back, there was just like, what are you talking about? And now 25 years later, this is where it is. So, and then think another 10 years or maybe another 20 or 25 years ahead, just like, okay, don't know if I then will be here. in which kind of form of contribution to humanity or to life in itself. So we're kind of showing different soldiers and dogfight pilots with jets. They were just so outsmarted with AI that, you know, this several hundred billion expensive fighter jets, just like they will autonomously let that by AI fly and then making decisions in a battle, in a combat, just like to take the other one out, and where who has the better AI will kind of win this combat, and there will not be humans trying to compete anymore. So that said, I just observing in the health industry or in the kind of personal development industry. So us people who are kind of out there doing workshops, trainings, personal development, kind of working more on the offshore side of personal development, what is not the educational system kind of controlled by, I don't know, religion or by governments or whatever. So we're just walking our own path, kind of in terms of Tantra, warriors of love, if I want to say so. So that the only remaining currency that we humans will have will be the currency of heart or love connection. You know, how can we stay in this connection? How can we be as humans unified in a way that is not AI controlled on one point? And how is that? What's the way of doing it? It's communication and touch. And when you just see that in countries like Sweden, like there is this joke over Corona where, you know, you have to do social distancing 2 meters, and then the Swedish people just like, what? No, we have to go from 5 meters to 2 meters. That was too scary. So that said, it's just like connection is not really something that's going on between people. And I've heard different things, how people avoid really connection. Anyway, that's not what I want to say. What I want to say is I had a long walk today, and I know that all you out there, you transformative kind of coaches, facilitator, trainer, practitioner, you all look for a way of expressing yourself, making marketing in a way, and trying to figure it out. And then you see that runs on social media, and then you have these big marketing companies who are kind of employing AI to just like have the right copy, have the right wordings, pictures, images, music, video, stuff like that. And then we just try to compete with all these marketing messages. They are so sophisticated, and created in splits of seconds through AI stuff, where video recordings and stuff like that will be, it's harder for humans to compete against the quality and stuff like that. So that said, is a long cycle. That said, based on our individual journey as a human, as a soul, being here with a purpose, having maybe a mission or a vision, or having developed experiences that are deeper than anybody else's experience, and coming from a place of authenticity and want to express your truth with the world. So you just try to build courses, make videos, you just get yourself out there. And then you recognize when you go in front of a camera that, geez, I cannot speak. I'm just completely frozen, performing, trying to say something, and I have no access to myself, to the source, to the core. So in combination, to give an analogy, like they said, when it comes to AI versus humans in the battle, where, the AI race is just running at the moment, meaning is no human will ever outsmart an AI when it comes to combat. I don't know, but this is what they say. So the military has been the upfront of AI long term, but in video creation and stuff like that, it will keep up, There will be videos created that you don't know anymore if that's AI or a human being. And because you're so kind of conditioned in seeing it as reality that you don't know what's real and truth anymore. So that said, you as an individual getting your message out there, what you need to do is you need to get real in front of the camera and just speak your truth, your message, where you are, who you are, where you can guide people. And if you don't have the capacity to speak in front of a cam, you will lose that game. This is my realization out of this documentary that I watched. So that said, people who evolve and are authentic in front of a cam, who can express themselves without freezing down or shutting down or judging themselves or being conscientious about what's going on all the time, your message will resonate with people. And this resonation of the message, this is what I have going through of, doing this marketing thing, trying to figure it out since 5 years. But I'm a Dearmoring practitioner since 15 years or even more. So I'm really good in bodywork on my hands. And Dearmoring has given me the opportunity to actually break free from all this conditioning, performing and thinking what's the right thing. So digital Dearmoring will be your secret weapon to be capable speaking authentically, honestly, and true in front of a cam, because this will be the medium to deliver your message through videos, through courses, through live streams, through Zoom meetings, through one-on-one sessions, where you don't talk with a real being. You have to be in your full center. You have to get your thrown outwards attention into everything back to the roots of yourself, to the core, and you have to be in yourself. And then you deliver the message. And that will resonate with people that no AI can do. So, how does digital dearmoring works? When you recognize you go in front of a cam and you start speaking and you kind of sidetrack your attention constantly because you think nothing is perfect, or you just actually look at yourself on the screen and think just like, oh my God, have I done my hair? Is this right? You know, how does that look? How is the background? How is the light? And all that stuff. So instead of being in the roots and in the core of your essence and of the message that you want to deliver, what is it that you want to say? So from a perspective of dearmoring, I've been guiding many men and women over the years through this process of dearmoring, and I found this digital dearmoring as a part of facing all this discomfort at once and not being afraid of confronting myself with my inner world, and intentionally doing my work is just taking every substitution not to feel the discomfort out of my life, that there is no other way than really going deep in myself, finding that truth and expressing it. That's the entire thing, for example, with the somatic consent engagement system. The structure that I've created, going away from social media, from all this bombardment of, advertising and marketing and all that shit, creating an individual digital platform that has no algorithm in place. You're not bombarded with anything. So this is where I made my courses. This is where I made, events, the calls that I have weekly, 90 minutes, where I show up, every Monday. So the digitalization, I need to get my mic in front of my nose. I was just moving too much. So the digitalization of your gift, of your skill, is one of the skills and gifts that you need to further develop to get your message across. So you have to be capable of speaking in front of a cam. And if the digital dearmoring needs, then so be it, because otherwise you will not make that race. That's what I'm saying. The digital dearmoring is a skill and a gift that you can learn, that you can speak your authentic truth in front of a cam. I know how it feels when you go the first time in front of a cam and you just shut down. It sucks. And when you think you suck and you judge yourself, I promise you people will think that you suck, and it doesn't resonate. It doesn't matter what your message is and how you do it. Whatever the techniques are, the AI structure that you might use to implement to kind of bypass this confrontation with yourself. Because this is the currency that people only resonate with, is your humanness, your vulnerability, your openness, your ability to fail, to own up to how you feel and take ownership of that. In a bigger picture, taking radical responsibility about anything that's going on literally in your domain. So the entire system is woven around that, finding in your roots, in your core, that you can show up for yourself recklessly, about your survival strategies and mechanisms. That's what dearmoring literally is. And this is what you implement and use in this digital form. This lens is 100% honest and real. It's true to me. It reflects me back right now. Am I in connection or am I not in connection? So that said, I wholeheartedly invite you and welcome to start the journey of digital dearmoring for yourself. If you have any questions or you need to kind of dig a little bit deeper how stuff works and how put technique together and how to get in front of that screen and create, a course or a live stream setup or a live coaching or a presentation event or, all this kind of stuff that most people say it freaks me out. I don't want to do it. So this I don't want to do it, the discomfort, that's what digital dearmoring is looking at and helping you to bring that over that edge, that you actually can be comfortable with your discomfort standing in front of that cam and expressing your truth. So I was using AI while I was talking like here, not reading anything. It was not AI speaking through me, or I've been using AI, or I was actually using my microphone to do audio recording and transcribe this entire conversation right now. What has been failed at one degree, it just stopped. So your humanness is what's needed. So you need to step into your humanness when you step in front of a camera. And that humanness, this authentic expression of who you are in your message, in your purpose, in your vision, in your mission, the way how you presented yourself. This will resonate with people, and all other AI-generated marketing will stay behind you when you can say how you feel in the moment and speaking your truth. That's the invitation. What digital dearmoring can do to you. But how? Well, I mean, as I said, I have 15 years of experiences in physical dearmoring. I have been a sex coach, so sexual dearmoring was part of it. Taking the shame, the fear, the awkwardness, the embarrassment, the kind of self-conscious judgment, wrong-making dynamic in observation and get comfortable with your inner kind of demons and making them your allies. That can be physically, emotionally, mentally, or maybe spiritually. But it's a beautiful path. It's definitely worth it. And if you want to speak your message and truth, now was my mind a little bit ahead of my words. So if you want to speak your message and your truth, then there's no way around. In one way or the other, you need to implement in any form digital dearmoring to get your message out. Whatever that message is. Your vision, your purpose is absolutely valid to share with the world. Not holding back, not playing small. Just being honest and real and authentic with what you have to say. So digital dearmoring will open a door to you that you have not had a look at. So I've been myself, as a facilitator, when I went the first time in front of a cam on online training, and I needed to introduce myself and speak a few words about who I am and what I'm doing and how I'm connected, I just froze. I froze, completely gone. And I recognized that going in front of a cam is a challenge. Going in front of a cam and having a microphone is a challenge. So I have done hundreds of shit videos in front of a teleprompter. I just needed to learn and outsmart the inner battle of judgments, because I could not express my message. There was this one obstacle, this one block that does not allow me to be my real, authentic truth. So one of the little secrets that I can give you right now is, if you want to start with digital dearmoring and you feel like you suck when you're doing a recording or a video or something, and there's nothing to do to be with, doing a live stream, a Zoom or team meeting or something where you teach a group online or something like that. I mean, recording a video that you are conscious about when you're making a mistake and you're fucking it up, you just, you push the pause button, you stop, and then you do it again and over and over and again. And then you just, on one point, you fail because you don't know how to express it. Yeah. So I've been there, and I guess you know exactly what I'm talking about. What is a good way of doing it? Making it first shift and change, start to live stream. Because there is no second chance. You're just like in the present moment. So when you record, do a live stream and record a live stream. Face your inner demons when you fuck something up and when you just stumble over your own tongue. So a live stream is a good thing, or you record as if you're doing a live stream. I mean, you can trick yourself only to a certain degree, but you know what I mean. So this is one of the first secrets, then starting speaking in front of people and recording that. Or record yourself when you're doing a Zoom meeting, like you're hosting a webinar or have a group coaching call or something. Make sure that you record just yourself and start to become conscious about the sections where you speak, where you deliver value. And this value is something that you can use to put online. So you just clip out when you have a 5-minute, lecture or reflection or coaching or something. You express yourself with the awareness that you are recording. And later on, you recognize, well, that was actually really good what I said. I could not have planned that. That was authentically, totally spoken into the lens. And there were a handful of people on the screen, and I didn't need to connect with them through their faces. I could literally connect to myself and express it, speak to the lens. So I built a really amazing studio here, 6-7 lens system where I can change at any given moment different angles. Right now, it's not really in the right place, but I have, for example, the second angle where I have, an overhead cam. DJing is partly of my next learning curve. This camera is a little bit too dark. I need to go in there. This camera is as well a little bit dark. The ISO is not on it. And then this one is the same. And this is a cam that I can use with a remote controller. I want to show you that with a remote controller. Go back to that cam. And then I can go to the left and to the right. I can go up and down. I can, not to the wall. I can go over to the other side. This is where my cams are. And then you see me sitting in my studio there. And then you can actually zoom in a little bit down. Yes, don't fuck it up, Mr. Matt. And this is literally the remote that I use. And then I see here on the screen 1, and there on my screen 2, where all my cameras are. So this is part of digital dearmoring. So I use different cam sections, like a little center, like a universe where I can move into a different direction. And you see behind me, this is where a screen is from my cameras that is showing the program that is in the recording. And up there I have a gimbal, and this gimbal is actually capable of following me. And I just want to show that to you. I just want to demonstrate that. So I have as well here a microphone so that you can continue hearing me. And you can't really see what I do, because the camera needs to go here, and then I zoom a little bit out. And it's so hard to see. But this is a little baby that I switch on in a few moments. And I want to show you how, while I'm cranking up the ISO here, that you have access and can kind of see me through this camera. When I'm going back here, just like hello. So I think I can use that camera for now. So I literally switch on this this gimbal, and nope, you go the other way. So I can use that gimbal. I have a little joystick where the gimbal gets activated, and then you can see there is a little red light, and if I just like put my hand up in this position, it becomes green, and then it sees me and follows me, and that's the camera that I will activate right now. So this one. But I see, oh my God, it's just really dark, you can't really see me, right? So I put that hand sign up there. The gimbal stops following and moving me. I go to the cam, I change the light, the ISO, like that. But I don't want to go too much. I have as well a little lamp here. And when I turn on that lamp, and I just put the joystick a little down, and then I go back, activate that. Yes, I put you a little bit more down. So then I can speak. So not only that I can speak, I have as well here a microphone where I can literally make sure that everything that I'm saying is well recorded. So I just move around and I can connect with my message, and whatever my message is, I can communicate that with you. So, and this is part of this digital dearmoring. Well, my message is, of course, somatic consent. I've built that for over 5 years now, and now digitalizing it is just part of this passion that I had. But the access of, through the sensory inflow and the 3-minute game, the relationship structure, the communication piece, how you can evolve and develop and stay in your humanness, this is the message. So you can stay human and you are the expression of authentic truth. But that's not what I want to say. I just wanted to tell you, go back, stop my baby, that's good. I go back to my cam. I go back here to my chair. This is just a normal cam that I have here on my desk. And there is as well, no, too much light. I want to get that back. But you get an idea. So this is what I offer with digital dearmoring. What I offer with digital dearmoring. With a huge variety of tools to dealing with emotional, psychological, physical discomfort. So getting over, physical, neurological constrictions, kind of that doesn't allow you to speak when you're in front of a cam or in front of people or on stage, being in your authentic truth and expressing what you need to say. So I do much more about digital dearmoring. I want to go into a little bit more live DJing and live streaming and really speaking like gigs. See where that goes, see what comes up. Being authentic in the moment, maybe responding to something like I did today, speaking about the AI robots. So, and how I combine that into my message about digital dearmoring. So I have published a book called Orgasmic Blueprint. Little bit performance. I'm very proud that this book has been published and printed and published on Amazon before 2021, before ChatGPT and all this AI stuff happened. So there were a few contents that were trying to uh, write it in English and put it then in a translation and translating it back, but the language was so bad. So that this is all by hand and mind and eyes researched and written, typed with the finger in the keyboard and through experiences, not through learning through books or anything. So what you find in there will blow your mind into a new dimension of humanness. So your authenticity, your currency, your heart energy, your capability of being authentic and speaking truth. And there are a few exercises in there, kind of neurological biohacking, rewiring through exercises of breathing or activating different parts of your brainstem activity that's controlling your heartbeat and your breath and all that stuff, that you have access to a level of self-regulation that you didn't have before, that you were dependent on other people to co-regulate. So that when you go into that state of dysregulation, that you don't have an issue anymore because you know how to self-regulate. This is what digital dearmoring does. You stay in front of a cam and you just speak what you need to say because you can feel it. And that's the main message of mine. I show you how to feel it and how to be it and expressing it how you really feel it. So I give you a lot of cognitive tools as well that helps you to understand, to build on a somatic experience and on a physical reality. And it's pretty transformative and mind-boggling. Yeah. Yes. Yes, there's more to say about, I'm working with a coach at the moment about my message. So how do I want to get my message out, and what is actually my message? And if I would have a message, how would I speak my message? And he said, just like bring it down and make it more simple. So don't use any hardcore sophisticated words. So just speak in 6th degree language or write in this kind of thing, so that you don't speak like a professor that nobody understands, like an idiot that has not learned how to communicate. Like Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you have not understood it yet. Or I think Schiller was a German philosopher. I don't know, just correct me. I didn't have enough time to write a shorter letter. So that means if you have really understood it and embodied it, that you have a different access to your reality and finding deeper layers of yourself. So I think now I lost the track because I saw a car coming that was distracting me. So I love to learn more. I love to learn more about how to use digital dearmoring for finding deeper layers of myself and expressing the message. The message. Here we go. The message that my coach said, and then I just want to say more about lenses and stuff like that, the physical, haptic form of the digital art of dearmoring. So this coach said, just like make it simple if you don't have understood it. So when I said the quotes, and he said, bring that down into stress management. So regulating yourself and knowing how to regulate. Energy management, what is literally dealing with your feelings and your emotions and your sexuality and your sensuality, and use that as a resource and don't throw it away based on addictive behaviors. And relationship management, that's just like how to use everything that you know, learn, experience, and relate on this human one-to-one experience in your relationships, or with your colleagues, friends, or lovers, children, you name it. So who you ever communicate with. And the 4th level is kind of freedom. So access to sovereignty and autonomy in your decision-making part. So going away from 9 to 5, like a taxpayer slave, into I call that in the radical responsibility map, making that shift from the status quo of, like a childish responsibility into you create your own reality. You create your own world. So you learn kind of deeper layers of responsibility, and you just come into deeper powers by that, and you just use these powers wisely. So stress management, energy management, relationship management, and autonomy and freedom. So this is my message at the moment, specifically working with men. They are very dear to me because I am one. And everything that I have learned and discovered and explored, I would have wished that I would have a mentor who would willingly tell me and show me. So that's what I'm doing. I just want to give my experience, of life in dearmoring, in digital dearmoring, and speaking your truth in front of a camera and expressing yourself authentically to you, to the world. That means I'm not limited only working with men, but this is the message that I deliver. It's for men, not only. So women are welcome to learn the same stuff if you struggle with the same thing. But I'm talking to my brothers, to other men, We are out there, and it's time that we're just starting to support each other, incorporating, and, we will never be a swarm like the ants or the bees, but we can connect and create a very powerful structure where we support each other in building something that has a greater value. Whatever that is, we need to define that. But, I'm ready to play the real game, and I want to play that with men out there. And if you're one of them, come in. Digital dearmoring is a wonderful step to get over yourself and stepping in front of that camera. You can use digital dearmoring to dearmor yourself without actually speaking a word to the public ever. You just only, learn to be authentic and real in front of a camera and speak your truth. And what you do is that you can just delete it after you recorded it, or you just put it on a hard drive, or you just snip out some clips, or what the fuck ever you do is that it doesn't matter. But this digital form of dearmoring will liberate you. It's absolutely freaking fantastic. It's a massive upgrade contribution to the physical dearmoring, the emotional, the spiritual, the nervous system realignment upgrade. So this digital form will not pass by you, me, everyone. We have to face it. And even if it hurts, even if it sucks, even if you judge yourself, and even if you think you would never do it and go in front of a cam and speak your truth to the world out there, it's time to consider. So it's a little bit like getting a prayer, the marketing prayer. But this is what I learned, when you're real and you're authentic, you will resonate. And when you resonate, people will reach out. And you can't read that from a teleprompter. You can't get that from a video script or anything else. Of course, you need some ideas how you do it. And understanding that stuff becomes authentically the flow of isness. But when you're in connection, it just speaks you, and just you express yourself. So that said, it's an open invitation to life out there. And ready to show up.